won that one by 4.
We'll send it to Autumn.
I was able to listen into Atlanta Dream's huddle, and Coach Carl Smesco said we want to get more intentional of involving BG and Bree Jones. There's mismatches in the front court facing the Dallas Wings. He said if Tierra McCowan and Maddie Segrist are in, or any other bit with Tierra McCowan, make sure you work that high-low action. And the problem on offense, he believes they are settling for shots.
Absolutely, I completely agree, and that's why they came back to start the second quarter with both of them in the lineup the way they started. But intentional is the word. Back to Autumn's point, they want to use that double big, because if you play one, you can't double on the other.
Brittany Griner just off the mark for the baseline jumper. Another update on Atlanta. Tahina Powell will be out for the remainder of the game because she could not do the jump ball. So when you leave, you have to be a part of that play or you are disqualified from the game. So that was something that I was worried about. I wasn't sure if Eric Bruton changed or had a conversation with both teams about it. You could see at that break them having an extended conversation with the head coach for Coach Smesco. So that is something that is going to be tough throughout the rest of this ball game.
And again, like we mentioned, the Dream are deep in their backcourt when it comes to having a bunch of guards. So they have a collective who can get it done.
Off the bounce, Maisha Hines-Allen couldn't connect. Atlanta going with their big lineup, with Brittany Griner and Bree Jones on the floor, as Maya Caldwell trying to free herself up from Ty Harris. 7 on the shot clock. Ryan Howard has some decisions to make. Bounce pass to Brittany Griner, broken up, and that's another turnover for Atlanta, their 4th.
Ball movement. They've got to get the ball swinging around the horn to break down the defense. Dallas didn't have to move at all on that possession.
Corner triple, just off the mark. Kyla Charles in her 5th year out of Maryland. Didn't play in the WNBA last season, but was with Seattle in 2023.
I was looking at her arms earlier as Hines-Allen knocks that.
Arike Gumbawale said her IQ and just her presence, no one wants to guard her. We have to find ways to get her involved. As Nia Coffey sends it to the corner, Bree Jones finds the bottom of the net, but it's a long 2.
Being able to space the floor and stretch out the post, McCowan not going to be able to recover on a Bree Jones with those long 2s.
So that's dead ball. Bree Jones continues going left, too strong. And the foul and the bucket for Paige Bueckers, who gets fouled by Alicia Gray. But at the same time, you look at the communication on the defensive end.
I don't care who y'all are, if y'all are veterans or not, we got to come out here and hoop. And Bueckers just number 5 in the league in assists per game as she knocks down that free throw. And she's been doing a phenomenal job on the offensive end for the Wings.
Became just the 3rd player in W history with a double-double in their first 3 games. One of those players, do you know who it was? And I will give you a hint, they also were with the Atlanta Dream.
Huh. Wait, let me think about this.
Naz Hillman right away. Able to put Atlanta at 24. No, it wasn't. We'll talk about it at the next dead ball, as there's a foul with Melissa Smith.
Oh, I wouldn't go get that pick.
Backdoor by Paige Bueckers. Has plenty of time on the shot clock, guarded by Gray. Shatori will be out front because they are now down 2-point guards, with Jordan Canada on the bench due to injury, and Tahina Powell disqualified for the game because of an injury that occurred and couldn't come back in for the play. Approaching the halfway mark here in the second quarter is Paige Bueckers. A lot of contact.
It's, you know, a moment of pride. Like, I'm super proud of her to see what she's doing, where she's been, and so to see her living out her dreams, it's amazing.
What do you think Paige's superpower is and how it's going to take off at the next level?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. I feel like Paige is a sneaky good defender. I don't know if that'll take off, but I also think she's an incredible passer, and I feel like that's something that was kind of looked over a little bit last year. And so these last couple of games, she had 10 assists last game, I think. So to see her facilitate like she can, it's going to be fun.
A two-way threat. I love to see it. But AZ, for you decided to come back to UConn for
How we all mesh and how great we can be together again.
and run it back, right?
Oh, and run it back.
I love to see it. We can't wait for it. Thank you, AZ, for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Autumn. Well, on cue, she said sneaky defender and then got the steal.
The ball, and I know I keep saying that, but we had a lot of moving pieces in the offseason. They're still getting used to it out there.
Dallas shooting 33% from the field. And Alyssa Smith with 10. Give the spin move on Bree Jones in and out. So another turnover for Atlanta. We haven't had a bucket since the 6-minute mark.
Brittany Griner having some words with the referee right now saying, hey, look out for that hole. And Alyssa Smith doing a lot more than just defending BG as she tries to get position. And right there, she gets an easy two as she sneaks past the defense.
Easy is an understatement. That might be the easiest.
There, we'll see how she responds.
I think she was just trying to be a good Samaritan. Another rebound for Brittany Griner. Griner at now with 5 rebounds, 6 points. Up and under by Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard with 5 points, and she hasn't scored since the first few minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of a wild shot right there offensively, but Bree Jones with another deflection to steal.
Both teams playing a little bit of hot potato as Alicia Gray takes the hit. 2 more free throws for her.
And I like what Gray is doing, right? Like she's coming.
Gray, you mentioned her already knocking one down from deep today. She was 0 for 5 against Indiana. She has been a leading force for this team this season.
But Alicia Gray becoming an all-star for the second time in her career, just having to hold this team down the entire season.
An all-star and walk straight to the bank. Getting the 3-point contest. The skills challenge as well. It was a very good weekend for Miss Alicia Gray.
The only bad thing about it is her taxes went up. That's it.
Just a little bit. New bracket. So that rolls out of bounds. Atlanta will get it back. They do have the 2-point advantage with 3:22 left in the first half.
One thing Carl Smesco addressed to us was the fact that the pace of this game has increased for the coaches too. He's not used to having to get game plans ready in one day in between with rest. He said that as soon as we can get a couple days of practice in, you'll see a big improvement with this team.
Brittany Griner with a nice look on the inside. You mentioned not a lot of time to practice. Well, they have 4 games this week. A back-to-back tomorrow. Well, they'll see Connecticut as Tina Charles returns back to Atlanta. Melissa Smith drops it in. She has 9 in 10 minutes of play.
She worked every bit for that shot. It was a very good shot, very good spin move. She's been battling defensively against BG.
It has been a heavy emphasis to get Brittany Griner the ball the last couple of trips, and that's why.
I love how Atlanta's not shying away from it, and BG is up
2:20 left in the second quarter as immediately an offensive foul called against Dallas.
Dejanay Carrington picking up the foul right there, but I want to draw attention to McCowan as we see a replay of it. McCowan gets the basketball.
This must be an emphasis for the officials this season, making sure the bigs are staying put. Bree Jones draws the double team, and Paige Bueckers comes down with another steal.
Again, AZ Fudd told us in that interview with Autumn that Paige's defense, she wants it to be next level. She's shown so far in this game, getting a couple steals. That last play in particular.
8 turnovers for Atlanta, less than 10 on the shot clock as Maisha Hines-Allen drops that in.
Hines-Allen just a bright spot for this team. She too trying to get the chemistry down. We saw her with the high-low pass to Tara McCowan that wasn't quite there. But Arike Gumbawale telling us she didn't know that Hines-Allen was as nice and sweet as she is. Another leader and a voice for this team.
Brittany Griner, a late whistle, and the official across the court actually made that call. Brittany Griner, as you mentioned earlier, simply frustrated with how that call has gone against her this season.
And right there, it looks like she was stationary to me on that call, on that play.
I couldn't see from that angle, but as you mentioned, it just didn't look like there was any type of moving. Five on the shot clock. Myisha Hines-Allen actually hit her in the head.
Excellent defense by Maya Caldwell on that one. She communicated.
Almost got it to drop on the circus shot. Gray giving it to Caldwell after she got the steal. And why not? Knocks down the three.
I love that. Alicia Gray giving it right back to the hand that got them the steal in the first place.
The gift and the reward for Maya Caldwell. Less than a minute to play here in the first half. Enrique turned down the three as Paige pulls up. Nothing there, and Bree Jones comes down with the rebound. Paige looked like she was trying to commit the foul. Instead, Gray takes on Dejanay and gets fouled once again.
To get up on that play. She's been taking a lot of hard falls in these first few games.
2 fouls now for Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, as well as Brittany Griner with 2 as far as the starters for Atlanta. You saw something at the bottom of the screen for Dallas as well. How often do you see Enrique Ogunbowale?
Yeah.
0 and a half.
Ogunbowale, just looking at their previous game pressers, just still trying to find that rhythm with her new teammates as Walker Kimbrough doesn't get that one to go. But we mentioned there's only 3 returning players for this Dallas team, Enrique Ogunbowale being one of them.
Ooh, what a crafty move for Paige Bueckers at the rim.
Bueckers has no fear, and that's what I love mostly about her. I saw her in chapel earlier today, so it's nice to know she's a woman of her faith. But Bueckers doesn't care who she shoots on. You've got champions out here, you've got veterans out here, and she's just lighting it up on anybody.
No fear, all swag. She does it all. 5 on the shot clock for Alicia Gray. Got the screen, dished it off to BG, and couldn't get it to fall. Brittany Griner looking around like, okay, I'll pick up Dejanay Carrington coming up the floor, and we have a foul with Alyssa Smith finding ways to be more efficient.
And when she says efficient, she means look for her teammates, come off those screens well, play in space, which we've seen her do a good job of to start this game.
Knocked out of bounds by Shator Koklanis in his first season, trying to get everything organized. It's knocked off the foot. Another turnover for Dallas, their 7th.
Good hands by Alicia Gray, who was coming around with her defender.
Another whistle blown on the inside. No, that's Autumn Johnson, who handled that very well. Different look at the live reporting aspect. Gray. First foul on Paige Bueckers. As Alicia Gray, as we mentioned, the only player that has pretty much found a home at the free throw line for Atlanta in this game.
Imagine being the only player to shoot all free throws and the percentage is based only on you at the end of the game. Did you shoot 50? Did you shoot 100%? 75?
I'm not sure. We'll have to think about that.
Dang.
As you jinxed her yourself.
It wasn't me, man. You brought it up.
No, I just said she's been there. Atlanta was up 7 at the half. We're about 2 minutes into the third, and they're still at 6. Hines-Allen, beautiful touch pass, more movement from Dallas. Melissa Smith could knock it down. It bounced around on points. We mentioned those were the early points in the first quarter. 2 for 6 on the day.
And you spoke it up right there. She just...
Dejanay Carrington. No one has over that for Dallas. 7 on the shot clock. Ryan Howard pulls up, off the mark. Bree Jones with the rebound. Power move on the inside, but couldn't draw the foul or connect on the layup. Gray got it back, send it to the top of the key, finds Gray. Bottom of the net, and a big 3 for Alicia Gray, her 2nd of the day.
You can see the relief just melt off her shoulders as she knocks down these threes. We mentioned she went 0 for 5 against Indiana last game. Good to see her returning to normal form.
Biggest lead for Atlanta. Maya Caldwell will come in at the next break as Smith pulls up and knocks it in.
We're used to seeing Alyssa Smith's versatility with the Indiana Fever. Made an impact with that team the last 3 seasons. but has a tall task defending BG, who she cannot defend underneath the rim. BG with a nifty move underneath.
12 points now for BG. Dejanay Carrington drew the foul against Ryan Howard. That'll be her third. Line. These will be her first free throws of the day. She's sitting at 4 points. Knocks down the first of the pair as we have a substitute. Last year's most improved player. Had a boost in about every category you can think of. Career high in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. We saw a few already today from her.
Dejanay Carrington is a menace on the defensive end. She played that way for Connecticut. Helped them reach the finals as well.
Bree Jones, count the bucket.
And that got everybody fired up, including her teammates. And right here, you have Alicia Gray, the duck-in by Bree Jones. She's excellent when it comes. Sometimes you just get dinged a little bit and have to walk off some of the pain.
Quite a bit. That's a huge acquisition for them as you see her going back to the bench. And the three-point conversion good for Bree Jones. Atlanta has done good as far as going back to this 22-9 run that they have. Two men, Bree Jones all the way back to that buckets for Bree Jones, who put on the Jets.
And it's just been incredible what she's been able to do for this team.
She also told Autumn that she likes to cook. Well, let her cook. Can we say that in this ball game? That's what she's done so far with 11 points.
Let her cook.
Paige Bueckers short on the shot as Dejanay comes up. Second chance opportunity for Dallas. Paige again off the mark.
I thought she was going to make that the first time I said let her cook, and I was going to be like, Paige, not you. We're talking about you.
And another rebound for Bree Jones, 11 for her.
Down there, we saw Alyssa Smith kind of hit the floor on the last offensive possession.
So Maya Caldwell getting some extended minutes for Atlanta.
But what a luxury to have, Angel, to be so deep at the guard position. And when you look at last year's team, right, Maya Caldwell was on that team. When you talk about guard play, she prepared for this moment and for these moments to be able to play big minutes for the Dream, because she was also a player that had a breakout season for us when we had injuries.
Paige pulls up, bounces around, and finally drops. Paige Bueckers now in double figures. Arike Gumbawale still over. She's only taken 3 shots. Ryan Howard had the high hedge. Gray saw a lane, goes up, bounces around. And Alicia Gray is a wizard on the left side of the floor.
It is her day today. I mean, just the lucky bounce to go in, but that's what happens when you're intentional with getting 2 feet in the paint and being aggressive.
Melissa Smith short as Maya Caldwell pulls up.
Nia Coffey affected every bit of that shot from Alyssa Smith.
Alicia Gray ready in the corner, asking for the ball. Nia Coffey calls the number. Couldn't connect as Dejanay comes down. Dejanay right now has been all over the board. She has 4 rebounds. Starts the break and sends it up to Tiara McCowan.
Excellent job running the floor by Tiara McCowan. She had a step on Griner, who didn't think she was really going to get the ball in transition, but they found her.
6 points for Tiara McCowan. She's only missed 1 field goal today. That was the first time. All right, stepping up to the free throw line. Couldn't connect on the first. That's something that
paint, and we saw her get better at that quarter by quarter against Indiana. And she knocked down a few free throws in that game as well. Kept the game close for Atlanta. And sometimes I think she gets herself going by trash talking to the other team. And I love to see when that bear gets poked as well.
Bree Jones has the assignment of Tiara McCowan. Dallas has gone a bit cold from the floor over their last few possessions. Atlanta, on the other side, has hit 8 of their last 9, and you can keep it counting.
And you can tell what Atlanta's doing. They're keeping their foot on the pedal. They're saying, listen, we're not letting up at all in this one. If you're down bleeding, we're going to keep pushing the pedal to the metal.
Up as many as 15 in this game. Segrist didn't like the look. Ty Harris adjusts, had plenty time in the corner, just short on the attempt. It goes off the hands of Officials still waiting to see where it's going to go. And they'll say it goes back to Dallas.
Bree Jones asking for a replay because she knew or thought that that was off of Dallas, but Maya Caldwell just doing an excellent job getting 2 feet in the paint and being aggressive.
Coach Mesco actually was trying to get the officials' attention to call a timeout on the challenge. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Tierra McCowan at the rim. And a challenge unnecessary as they get the stop. Nia Coffey going at Paige Bueckers and a block call.
I keep saying it over and over again. Intentionality with getting 2 feet in the paint and remaining aggressive. Carl Smesco telling us as Nia Coffey knocks down that free throw that they want the longer sustained periods of good play. And when you see that, you're going to see this team become that championship caliber team that he thinks they can be by the end of the season.
Nia Coffey has one more. She is now on the board with 2 points. And Atlanta in the bonus the rest of the way here in the third quarter. Dijonay had to reach up to get that one. Rolls off the rim to the right. Nia Coffey locks that to Peachtree Street.
Carl Smesco just loves how Nia Coffey defends, how she rebounds, how she stretches the floor.
Like that?
Just like that. See, we can jinx it both ways.
Nia Coffey with the last 5 points for Atlanta as we're under the 3-minute mark here in the third. This is the biggest lead for Atlanta, up 20. Maya Caldwell. Bounce pass, beautiful find underneath to Tierra McCowan.
We talked about the read and react that Paige Bueckers comes from when it comes to UConn, telling me before the game that they're in another read and react system, and right there, that pass was definitely that.
Paige Bueckers tried to reach it.
Them twice so far in this game.
And I love that you brought that up too, because in post-game against Indiana as well as pre-game, to get it to the hot hand, not necessarily the leading scorer of the team, but whoever's feeling it and has the advantage in this particular game.
They've got so many threats. Everyone on this team has been, or most of the players on this team has been somebody who's led their team, the go-to player.
Yeah.
Now, how do you watch, or how do you incorporate those people into schemes, especially at the end of the game?
Atlanta trying to get back to 500 on the season. They dropped their first game against Washington, their last one. Want to do this again tomorrow?
I do.
Arike finally finds the bottom of the net. Her first field goal of today. She's 1 for 4.
Our job isn't as hard as theirs, I will say that.
No, not at all. Not by a long shot. I struggle on the Stairmaster. Maddie Siegrist leaked out, gets another 2.
Right, here's where Atlanta has to value possessions. Dallas is feeling a little bit good. Arike hit a shot. They got a steal to a layup.
Brittany Griner feeling good herself.
Tierra McCowan just dropped her head and was like, dog, I was there, but when you got 6'9" who can shoot threes and is also a threat off the dribble and under the rim, what more can you do?
Naz Hillman battling underneath for the rebound. Couple of threes in the preseason. That's just her first of this regular season. She was 0 for 4 before that one. Tierra found the ball, gets it back, decided to pull this one out. Ty Harris tried to send it on the inside. What do we look for Dallas? A misstep. Maya Caldwell actually fell, and Arike able to draw the foul. To watch that one back, Jonquel Jones continues on a great season, but they have so many different weapons on that roster, the defending champs.
Stewie.
Keep going.
Stewie.
Everybody. And now Natasha Cloud,
Cloud,
who's been phenomenal, the reigning finals MVP, and Jonquel Jones continuing to be a tear in this season. Arike split the free throws. She now has 3, and we're in our final minute of the third quarter. Shatori, long 2, count it.
In rhythm, Ryan Howard draws the double team, takes it with her, and what does the offense do? They fill in that space. Walker Kimbrough, the recipient of a really good pass, knocks it down.
Her first field goal of the day. Little South Carolina against South Carolina. I feel like we're going to say that a lot throughout
A lot.
the W in coming years. Gray. Atlanta feeling it.
Sustained periods of excellent play. That's exactly what they're looking for, and we've seen them offensively do that the last few possessions coming down, and we've seen them turn their defense into offense.
12 seconds left for Arike. Asks for the screen now from Tierra McCowan, going against 6'9", pulls up. That's the Arike we've grown accustomed to seeing.
Arike about to start Arikeing in the fourth quarter.
2 seconds left. Ryan Howard able to get it off and can't
play that they've had, and those numbers prove just that. The shooting numbers getting better each year, that they stay on top of Arike Gumbawale, because she can get hot in 0.2 seconds and change this entire game around.
Everyone on this planet has seen her get hot at different times in the game. Brittany Griner asking for the ball against Tierra McCowan. Works all the way around the paint and can't connect. Arike, who got her first points in the third quarter, sends it to Maddie Siegrist, who's off. Maddie gets it back, asks for the ball, off, well, drops in, almost rimmed out.
Yeah, Jones thought she had the steal, went around the top and just missed it, giving Siegrist an easy 2.
Maddie Siegrist, 8 points, 5 rebounds in her 16 minutes of play, and a push at the top of the key.
About to get the Hallie bounce. The Halliburton bounce.
With the Hallie?
If you know, you know.
I wanted to say a lot more there.
But McCowan, easy 2 for her. We remember McCowan is a big body as well. Look at her compared to Brittany Griner. They're almost the same height, but McCowan a bigger body. And she gave us fits over the last few seasons with her size alone.
Absolutely. That was a big reason why Atlanta made the adjustments 2 seasons ago with going after a dominant big. Last year they had Tina Charles and Cheyenne Parker-Tyus on the roster. Another turnover for Atlanta, and Alisha Gray denies Arike. Maddie again in the right place at the right time, and a surge for Dallas. Plenty of time left for the Wings as they come out of the break with the ball.
And then we also mentioned, to Autumn's point, how many superstars we have on this team. And when you come down to crunch minutes and crunch seconds in the game, that can be confusing if you've always been the go-to person. Do I allow somebody else to get it off? Do I get it off?
4 seconds left. Gray looking to heave it, does, can't get it off. Arike comes down with it before the violation. Arike with 5 points, 2 for 9. You think it's her time. She took a slip. Tierra, actually a jump ball with Ryan Howard.
McCowan wants the foul.
But she's saying it was actually Brittany Griner that was going to do the jump. I don't know if Ryan Howard is trying. We've seen her jump out of the gym before, but 6'7" is different. Ty Harris pulls up, drains it. How about Ty Harris coming back to Dallas, a place that drafted her, spent some time with Connecticut the last 2 seasons, finding her way back into this uniform, drains the 3 from outside.
And right here, Atlanta having to get creative with bringing up the basketball, because no Jordan Canada, no Tahina Powell, who we haven't seen since the first quarter.
It's a single-digit lead for Atlanta. BG off. Bree Jones, another rebound, going at Siegrist. Here comes Dallas. They're on a run, literally, and blocked.
I think all the South Carolina fans in total
run over the last 4 minutes of play, and Atlanta hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes. The dish, Tierra, short. Maddie, another rebound.
That can't happen.
What a second half Maddie Siegrist is having off the bench. 10 points and 8 rebounds.
Ryan Howard trying to get back to being aggressive offensively, because that's when Atlanta was at their best, and they had a 20-point lead when they were aggressive, getting 2 feet in the paint.
Now up only 7 points with 6 minutes to play. Outside 3, off the mark for Charles, and Atlanta will get it back. Nia Coffey on the line. Actually, they'll say it's a foul already. Yep. This quarter, Dallas is 6 for 12 from the field. Atlanta 0 for 7. They're still looking for their first bucket in the fourth. Gray delivers.
Beautiful finger roll going to the left for Alisha Gray.
Still a single-digit lead for Atlanta after being up 20. Arike Sends it back out to NaLyssa Smith, who just checked in and gets fouled on the 3. Well, NaLyssa Smith lines it up for the first and all for the attempt, who has struggled from the free throw line this season. The second overall pick in 2019. She went behind Ryan Howard.
Yeah, right behind.
Knocks down another. Well, the next has one more on the way.
So that still counts as an attempt for NaLyssa Smith, correct?
Yes.
All right, so right now they still have her as 1 for 1. I'm sure that'll be up and left.
The dive and the bucket for Charles. What a find underneath. It's a 5-point game tap.
This Dallas team has done this in every game so far this season. And they've been right there. They're 0 for 3, but they've been right there with every team. No loss greater than 10, all single digits.
What I love, Coach Smesco said before the game, no lead is safe. We've seen it in the WNBA side as Gray able to put that one back, extending their lead a bit.
Tip drill. My teammates used to think tip drill was not so smart and a waste of time, but Alicia Gray proving right there that you can use that at any point in your career. Good defense from Bree Jones to not foul NaLyssa Smith right there on that 5-footer layup to the basket.
Less than 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Ryan Howard able to get it to Maya Caldwell. That hit every part of the rim.
Good job by Ryan Howard. She's sitting at 6 points, not her best game, but she's got 8 assists. She's been getting trapped in double team as the primary ball handler for Atlanta with no true point guard in, and she's been handling it great, finding the open shooters, and they've been rewarding her with the assists.
Well, she said, wait a minute, they didn't add it yet. And Ryan Howard is something that is very special to her, even though she has spent the last 3 seasons going back and forth between Atlanta and Indiana.
Indiana's where she was drafted. But I'm sure she'd rather be here, being a UGA grad.
Nia Coffey put on the moves, couldn't connect at the rim. Paige Bueckers and Tierra McCowan will check in at the next dead ball. Paige Bueckers has 3, Tierra McCowan with just 2 fouls. Ball goes up and another foul is committed, so stops the clock, and Ty Harris will get 2 at the free throw line.
Ty Harris is doing exactly what she's supposed to do. What we're talking about the Dream doing, putting her foot on the pedal, trying to create some contact. And right here, you've got Gray riding the hip, and that is absolutely a foul. And right here for Atlanta, they've got to dial in defensively and offensively. The last few games, they talk about closing possessions, closing games, as Harris knocks down the first free throw, but they've all been close.
So as Tierra McCowan comes in, so does Brittany Griner.
Atlanta said, You 6'7", I'm putting in 6'9".
Ty Harris drops that one in. Alicia Gray with 4 fouls. She'll stay in the game as we're approaching the 3-minute mark. Wings on an 18-7 run as the backdoor look for Nia Coffey.
Absolutely beautiful right there. The cross match on Coffey. She had 2 littles on her and still knocked down the reverse layup.
Ty Harris. It's like, let me introduce myself. Can light it up as well. The screen at the top by Nia Coffey got Charles off the mark. Alicia Gray, bottom of the net.
Atlanta did everything right in that sequence. The screening from Nia Coffey to stay steady.
Maya Caldwell doing a great job containing Arike in the open floor. That is a tough assignment. 10 on the shot clock. Charles going against Nia Coffey and finds the bucket.
She is strong, Angel. I talked about them guns earlier in the game, how cut she is, but she is strong. It is hard to move her off her course.
Talking about the opportunity she's been able to have this season. She had 8 points against Minnesota, and she's been lighting up so far today in the second half. 5 on the shot clock. Again, Gray short on this attempt, and of course, Nia Coffey coming up, sending it back out. They have time with the reset, and that's just short for Alisha Gray. Paige, who is rested, gets the ball back, looking for the spot on the floor and couldn't connect over the outstretched arm of BG.
Yeah, Brittany Griner, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, affected every bit of that shot. And Ryan Howard have to show off her handles on the rookie as point guard right now for this Atlanta Dream team.
Ryan Howard gets the switch. Ty Harris tried to contain, and she wanted every...
Had a bad game, but she's been finding her teammates off the double screen, having to act as the point guard today with no Pow Pow and no Jordan Canada.
Not only that, everyone being active on the boards as well. The Dream have a season-high 42 rebounds. You know that number is going to continue to tick up as they find the chemistry with their new bigs.
Absolutely, the rebounds and 22 assists. We talked, you know, Carl Smesco talked about the rebounding. He also talked about sharing the ball.
Just a 9-point game, a reset. Timeout for Dallas. As far as timeouts remaining, Dallas has 2 and Atlanta has 2. Gray tried to beat Charles there. Tierra McCowan on the deck. There goes BG as well, and we have another tie-up with Brittany Griner and Charles at half court. The floor with Brittany Griner and Tierra McCowan. It was like music should have been added. Tierra McCowan definitely wasn't involved in the tip. It was Charles that was going against.
But, you know, we'll take it, you know.
Look at Tierra like, wait a minute, but I thought it was me.
No, Tierra, you were on the
Bruton
floor
is
the
all
first
over
time.
that. The vet sends a tap up. And apparently Biggs struggle with jump balls 2-tap.
Maybe it's Eric Bruton.
Maybe it's you. Final minute of play. It's been close in this fourth quarter. Dallas has tried to push their way back into this game, being down as many as 20. Ryan Howard couldn't connect on the triple. Dallas has to score in a hurry. Missed the ball. Charles tried to get cute. And Ryan Howard gets fouled on the attempt.
And so we look at the shot selection from Ryan Howard. Wasn't sure about the 3 that she just took, even though it looked like it was going down. But I love the fact that she got it back, right? She got the steal.
Double watch, 7 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, to your point, has done a little bit of everything for this team. And in the absence of Jordan Canada and Tahina Pow Pow, yes, Shatori Walker-Kimbrell's had to come in for spells at the PG position, but Ryan Howard also has been put in a position to be a facilitator for this team.
Absolutely, she can play 1 through 5 pretty much for this squad. That puts her up to 9 points. Hopefully she can knock down another one to get double digits, but just has played a phenomenal game.
Paige finds Charles, a quick release, and it goes down. Plenty time left. 8-point game, but no foul being committed. The shot clock is off, and it looks like they'll let him dribble it out at half court. Charles still wondering. Paige comes over, and Ryan Howard will say that'll be about it. Paige